It is, what is this? This is like the 30th of May, 2025. It's about 4 in the morning, hour and a half or so before sunrise. Haven't got a chance to get out hardly at all. It's Saturday morning, and I usually have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, but every weekend day for for months now, since the snow melted, was occupied. So I'm going to run away for most of this morning and just probably come back before sundown. Just going to go look at some of my old haunts up in the mountains, probably in the Lost River Range. Everybody in the house is asleep except for my my son, who's on midnight shift. He's sitting in the easy chair and they're playing video games. Anyway, gonna get out here and try to just get away for a while. Probably go to the familiar places, probably nothing new. Anyway. Yeah, getting her loaded up. I just want to see a sunrise from somewhere away from town. Haven't done that since the fall of last year. Well, it's about 5 a.m. now. Well, I'm probably about 60 miles from home. Right in the, you can see the morning star, Venus, and you see that spot right about there is the tip of the Grand Teton showing over the mountains. This is pretty close to the gate of where I work. I'm gonna head up into the Hal Peak, I think, this morning, so I can get watch the sunrise from up there. Thought I would bring just the four-wheeler today. I don't need 2 seats. And it's about 5:30 now, not quite sunrise. I'm at a place looking up at Hal Peak. Hal's back in that direction. Be sunrise here in probably about 15-20 minutes. Right in the center of the screen there, I can clearly see, I don't know if you can see it, but I can clearly see the Tetons. And over here, those lights are back towards the 3 Buttes. It's where I work, NRF. And interestingly, just yesterday, the first ever nuclear power reactor to produce useful energy, which was the prototype for the Nautilus, the first nuclear submarine, that building was supposed to be demolished in an explosion yesterday. And just a bit of history. I mean, that was like 70 years ago, before I was born. That building was built, and they tested out the very first nuclear reactor that produced useful energy, specifically steam, for the first nuclear submarine in the world. Changed history, naval history forever. And if things went as planned yesterday, it should be laying on the ground getting ready to get scrapped. I doubt I could see it from here. But I think it's supposed to get to be 85 degrees in Idaho Falls today, but it's like 45 now, so I think I'm gonna wear a jacket. Well, go up there and see. Haven't been up there since last fall, I think. It's one of the places I like to run away to, even though it is within sight of my job. That could be a negative, I suppose, but this is really a beautiful place. I'm actually very fortunate to
Oh, really? Yeah. Guess we're going to have to adjust that carburetor a little bit. I guess I'll fire that machine back up and see if it strands me in the middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere being way up there. Oh, 5:53, and I just barely missed the sunrise. Oh, beautiful though. Just barely by a couple of minutes. 5:53 in the morning. Looking down here, you can see the Tetons off in the distance. My employment is somewhere right down there. Beautiful. Great little camping spot up here, which I'll have to actually been staying for years. I'll camp up here. Looking down over the valley. Got to bring Ben up here sometime. Just camp out right here. Perfect place. Anyway, I'm going to go take a few minutes up here. Here we are. One of my favorite places to come to. Missed it by that much. About 5 minutes ago. Oh well, it's still a beautiful sight. Actually, it might even be better to camp out right up on top of that knoll right up there. Set a tent right up on that rock. The rocks down under here are very popular places for local rock climbers to come and practice their craft. And right down there is where I spend more time than anywhere else. Naval Reactors Facility. I'd like to see if they actually dropped the what they call S1W, submarine first generation Westinghouse, where they tested the first engine nuclear reactor for the Nautilus, the first nuclear reactor, the first nuclear submarine in the world. I believe the very first nuclear reactor to produce useful nuclear energy, i.e. steam on a turbine to push the Nautilus around the world and under the northern ice cap. I love this spot. I have to come up here and just hang out. I'm not the only one. There's someone who just watched this sitting on a chair right down over that rock there who watched the sunrise. Probably him in the tent right here, back in the trees. Ah, it was a good choice. I debated as to where to come first today. I'll have to head back home right after lunch, but if you start before sunrise, I can do a lot of traveling before lunchtime. Got to be back to meet my wife or something this evening before 4 o'clock. Just soak that up. There's something about sunrise over the desert and the mountains that just feeds my soul like nothing else in the world can. I'll head up to the radio transmitter just up above where I was at before. It's up behind those trees up on that hill. First place I took my razor over a decade ago Got stuck in the snow about this week of the year. There may still be snow there now. Here it is up the next rise. Idaho National Labs. Yeah, I got stuck up in those trees on some snow. Let's see if it's still there. Gosh, I can't believe that's been like 11 years ago. Take a moment. Oh yeah. Propane generators. Controlled access area, stay out. I got you. Warning, high voltage. And I haven't been up here probably 10 years or so. Oh yeah, pretty good view though. Woo! Still a little snow in the mountains over there. Oh, good. There's a picnic table too. Oh. Well, I'll keep on the move. The old saying is, not all who wander are lost. I know where I am, but I still need to wander. Well, let's see what's over the next rise. Fascinating rock formations out here. So here's my opportunity to bother some wildlife. Actually would go down into the valley that winds up over behind that ridge there is where Arco is. Supposedly the first city lit by nuclear power for a very short time from a tiny little reactor near here. way back down from Howell Peak now. It's about 6:45. I'm told that these formations here, which are actually fairly easy to get to from Idaho Falls, are very popular for rock climbers because they're very challenging for rock climbing and they're pretty easy to get to. Very popular place. And of course that campsite where I was at is right in the center of the screen up there under that rock. Beautiful place to camp out. I've been threatening to spend the night up there for years. Don't know why I haven't. Nicely. Well, I think I'm just going to head up to Mackey. Yeah, maybe up to the pass. That was fun. It's about 8 o'clock and I'm at a store I like to stop at. Ben and I actually had dinner here once in Mackey here last year. I like to stop here, buy a few things. They've got lots of local and not so local animal stuff here. Kind of interesting. Most of these are local. That's interesting. They're a local animal. That is not from Idaho. That looks like a reindeer. That is also not from Idaho. Alright. Where they got one of these from? Let's see, deer. That's from Africa. Moose, they're common in this area. Mountain sheep. I think those are in this area too. Anyway, I'm gonna go, maybe go up over the pass here. Not too far from here. Well, here's the turnoff at Pass Creek. I frequently will miss it because it's marked coming from the west, but there's no sign to mark it coming from the east, so I usually have to turn around and come back to it. But it's going to follow up there to that where it's Pass Creek. I was going to take Ben up that pass when we were in Mackey last fall, but the day was running out and we decided to go home instead. So I'm going to make it a point to go some places that I wanted to take Benjamin last year, but ran out of time. So we'll just take a quick run up the pass to the ridge and then come back. Getting on about 8:30 in the morning now. I'm just leaving the car here just as I'm getting ready to head up into the Pass Creek. Ben and I kind of ran out of day when we were here last year and didn't get this far, but we went up in the mountains over on the opposite side of the valley and up to a wonderful spring just above Mackey, on the north side of Mackey. And we kind of ran out of day, and then that was the last day he was here. Anyway, I'm going to head up, just maybe take an hour or so to head up to the ridge where it drops over into the Lost River Valley. Getting on up closer to the pass. These rock formations here are just so strange. Look at at the ridges up there. Multiple cliffs with plant life on each ledge going up. Fascinating. Interesting. That appears to be a home right there in that little green little valley. Huh. And horses. Talk about liking to have your privacy. In the wintertime, you can barely even get up here. I hope I don't have to walk 10 miles out of here. Well, here I am at the high point of the pass. Back in that direction is where I came from, which is the Big Lost River. And this eventually goes down to where the Little Lost River is. And this is the high point. Take a few minutes here. I think I might see where that road goes to. Up here are some of the highest mountains in Idaho, are just over the next 10 or 15 miles here to my right. Hopefully my beast won't let me down. It'll be a hell of a long walk out of here if it does. It's been running a little rough today. Well, I'm going to explore a little bit up that road there. Then I'll head back, and I think I'd like to go to the top of the Big Southern Butte today. Another place I wanted to take Ben, but we didn't do it. This way I can hopefully tempt him to come back and go at it again next year. Anyway, let's see what's down that road. Okay, I really don't know where this road's going to take me, but I tell you, the view is well worth it, even if it dead ends in the next 100 feet. Totally cool.
trailhead is Wet Creek Trail, which I think is I think it's a four-wheeler trail, but I don't know. I think it comes out back on the highway somewhere. I should have brought a better map with me. The one on my smartphone app, not very good. Oh well. I may go down just a few feet, but I think I'm gonna probably just check out a few feet of this trail and then probably turn around and head back. If I keep going down this trail, I may wind up somewhere that'll take me the rest of the day to get out. I love it out here. Oh well. Wet Creek Trail. Anyway, that is Pass Creek. This is the last pass before you get the other side of Bora Peak. But I think I'm going to head up to Atomic City and the Big Southern Butte. King Mountain launch site. We're going to have to check that out. Very unobviously marked place. Let's give it a shot. Well, Google Maps is totally wrong, but I found it anyway. Just not with Google Maps, but despite Google Maps. All right. I'm going to go up there and check out this launch site with the four-wheeler. I don't want to beat up the minivan on that road, although it should manage it, but why? We're close to Moore, Idaho, which is between Arco and Mackey. All right, so let's go see if I can see where they launched these hang gliders. It's about 10:20 in the morning now. Check this out. Not advised for trailers or cars. Launch sites 3 miles, Beaverland Pass. That must be the high point. Natural Arch Trail, probably won't go there. I could do that from the other side. There's a natural arch up there that I've never actually been to. Maybe we'll check it out. We'll see. I'm working on. Oh look, I can see one. Hang gliders. Cool. Interesting. I think it's about 3 miles from the launch site. I just talked to a girl. She said that there's some guys carrying their paragliders up to the launch site. They must have their vehicle down at the bottom. Maybe I'll give them a ride. Are you carrying your paraglider all the way to the top?
Yes,
I hope
sir.
you don't mind me taking a picture.
Not at all.
It's my first time coming up here. I've explored the mountains a lot, but never been up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of us heading up today for a hike and fly competition.
I could probably give you a ride.
I'm good. I can't. Not allowed. It's a competition, so there's a bunch of other pilots on their way up too.
Oh, I see. So you walking up is part of the contest?
It is, yeah. You have to hike up to launch and then fly as far as you can at different points and try to make it back to where we started.
I have never heard of that before. Competition today?
Yep.
Looks like I've picked the right day to come up this road.
First annual X-Lost.
That is so cool.
So you'll see a
I
lot
might
more
hang
mountains.
around up here for a little bit then. I've explored the mountains a lot, but I've never been up here.
It's a good day to watch.
Cool. Thank you very much, and good luck on your...
Thank you.
Be careful. That is so friggin' cool. I actually just randomly saw that launch site sign. Now I thought this was from Arco, but it's from Moore. Oh well, let's head up there and see what we can find. Oh yeah. I think I'm almost to the launch site, and I'm not even close to the top of the mountain. This is crazy. I must have passed maybe 20 people coming up here, hiking up with parasails on their backpack. They have to meet their, in order to, what they told me, in order to qualify for the competition, they have to hike from the town of Moore all the way up here to the site on foot with their parasail, and then they have to fly down the mountain to specific points around the mountain all the way down. Insane! I love it! I'm not going to do it, but I love watching it. Anyway, this looks like the place. I'm going to hang out here for a while. Up here, oh, it's video.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was this young man.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's a young man now. to
Yeah, I
me.
appreciate that. Yeah, thank
Yeah, he was just telling me about how he caught some thermals the other day and got way higher than this. That's King Mountain back there. And
Yeah.
they've got to fly around here and hit specific points on their GPS
you. Yep.
to get points. And the more of those they hit, the more points they get.
Exactly.
And I guess whoever gets the most points and gets down to the proper place.
Well, you have to. You lose half your points if you don't make it back to the glider port. So if you gave me a ride, I lose half my points if I don't return.
Or if you tried to get to a point and you got stuck or something, or
Yeah, if you had to spend the night out, then like some guys went over to the mountain range behind us.
oh, they got too far and they couldn't get back
Well,
over.
he made it back, but if you had spent the night, then you have to return here by 8 a.m. Otherwise,
So you get all those points, and then if you hit the right spot down here,
Yeah.
then you get to keep all those points.
More or less. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a
My
treasure hunt,
son,
yeah.
I'm going to be sending the video of all the exploring I'm doing today to my son, who is in Qatar,
Oh, wow.
in the Middle
Incredible.
East right now.
Wonderful.
Unlike me, he's done skydiving before.
Yeah.
I bet he would absolutely adore trying something like this.
Yeah. What's he doing in Qatar? Is he?
He's in the Air
military?
Force. He works on organizing people going and coming and their medical records.
Oh, good on. Well, hey, thanks for your service, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, we've all done service. I've been fortunate enough in my Army time to not be shot at,
Yeah.
but I know a lot of people who
Yeah.
took fire.
It's real. No doubt. We're lucky.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna probably head up a little bit farther north here. When do they actually launch here?
Anytime from now until you'll see people flying all day long.
Oh, cool.
People flew till 9 o'clock.
Well, I'm gonna
last night.
hang out. I was gonna head over and go to the top of the Big Southern Butte, but I think I'm gonna hang around here for a while
This would
until
be
I
cool.
can see all these guys
Yeah, no,
flying.
I think within the hour you're gonna see people launching. It's good.
Yeah, last summer on the 4th of July, I just accidentally got into the hot air balloon rally in Driggs,
Great.
and it was just accident. I just saw a bunch of people going in there by our hotel, and I, what are they doing? And I got out there, and there must have been 20 different hot air balloons lifting off at sunrise.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing ever. Totally an accident.
Yeah, you'll see. This would be similar. This would be neat. All these guys are really capable pilots. And
Yeah, I saw the sign out on the highway that said launch site, and I said,
Yeah.
I've heard there's something up there,
Yeah.
and here I am.
Cool. Cheers. Take care, man.
Hey, nice to see you. You be careful. Here I'm about 8,000 feet, which is the upper launch point. The guy I was talking to the last time was down at the lower launch point, a few hundred feet farther down. These guys just came up here with a 4-wheel drive. I guess these guys are probably flyers and the one in the truck support group. And I ran into a doctor that's down there as a medical backup. It's a big deal. It said there were 30 people. That's a pretty steep trail. I'm gonna go ahead and head on back down and see if there's any trail over there I haven't gone over. I know there's a pass here somewhere. I think it's over there. Anyway, this is so cool. I'd like to hang around and watch them fly, but I might do that from a lower elevation. Maybe, I don't know. Let me go down to the other launch site and see if I can get up on that other hill over there and watch them from a distance. One way or the other, this side trip was totally worth it. Well, it's about 11:30 now. Not quite lunchtime, although I might get me some lunch. Where I was at a few minutes ago, the upper launch site, if I can pin it in, the upper launch site was right there. The lower launch site is right there. And I can see right now, I can see one guy flying right now. So I wanted to catch some of them from here flying. I know some of them are bound to try to come to where I am now, because I came down that trail, came up a pretty steep trail here, and I'm trying to decide if I want to go from that, I think it's a waypoint for the hang glider people, and I'm thinking the top of that knoll is another point they try to get points for their contest. I know I can get up there. I'm just not sure if I want to try it today. So cool. Oh. Where I was at this morning is down there near Mackey. Moore is right down there. Arco is off to my left. This pass here will drop over, I think, to Arco Pass in about 3 miles from here. And there's a natural arch back there somewhere. So do I want to try to go there? Oh, I think I'll just hang out here for a little bit, see if I see more of them trying to take off, and see if any of them come my way. I see a second one up there from the upper launch point. It's already been a great day. Just have to make sure I don't do something foolhardy and get hurt, and it'll be a great day. And a lot of ways to hurt yourself out here, but so far I've been so good. I just got to make sure I don't get complacent. Last year I rolled a four-wheeler twice. Got too cocky, and I was fortunate enough to not have any major injuries. I twisted a knee, and that's about it. It could have killed me though. I think I'll just take it slow and easy, drive my four-wheeler like an old man. Not that I'm old. Anyway, I'm gonna hang out here for a while. Maybe get me some lunch while I'm waiting on those guys to take off. Little cold lunch. I didn't bring a stove, although I should have. I got plenty of room. That one that I saw about 10 minutes ago is climbing and climbing. I don't know if you can see him there, but he's probably gone up over 1,000 feet higher. I don't know how, from where his launch site was, which is down there, and now he's way up there. The wind is coming from my left. I wonder if he'll be able to get back in this direction. The wind's only probably 5 to 10 miles per hour at most. Another one is taken off right there. I want to see if any of them would come here, because there is a point here. I think one of their points is up there. I think I'll just hang out here for a while. Oh, there's another one up there. There's one down here, and there's another one up there. So I see 3 in the air right now. There should be a total of 30 people launching today. Well, it was pretty cool watching them here. I've seen 3 of them, but I'm not going to wait for the other 27 people to launch. I think I'm going to head over to Atomic City and go up the Big Southern Butte. And my car is right in the center of the screen, that crossroads. That's where the red van is. Maybe I'll go up there on a different day. Next time I come up here exploring and feel a little bit more energetic. I think I better not push my luck today. All right, load them up, hit them up, move them out. This is cool. As I was coming down here, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I can see from here in the air. I don't know how they're supposed to get down the other side to my left against the wind. It says 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're in the air. Ha ha! Well, at the moment, I can count 12 in the air. 13. I just saw number 13. A whole bunch of crazy men floating in the sky. That is dang cool. 13 of them so far. Well, my car is right there. Time for me to head for it. Here we are approaching Atomic City, a place that was created in the 1950s, I believe, with the vision of being the centerpiece of where people would live who worked on this site on nuclear power. Unfortunately for the city, nobody wanted to live way the heck out here. They wanted to live in Idaho Falls. So it's now just a bunch of mostly abandoned places and a few empty lots, and I think there might be a couple of permanent residents, but mostly it's just a good place to ride four-wheelers. Atomic City. Somebody owns that, but I don't think they fixed it up much. There's actually a raceway over here, though. It's one of the only things that keeps probably this place alive at all. Huh. The Atomic City Raceway. Atomic Motor Raceway. And there's actually a barn that appears to be actually functioning, or is that somebody's home? Wow. This was the great city of the future. Never really came to be. So here we are a couple of miles from Atomic City, which is back there. And the Big Southern Butte is there. And we have to go actually around to the left-hand side to the back side to go up it. You literally have to go 3/4 of the way around the thing to get to it. I think the road used to go straight from the other side, but the INL blocked that off. So you have to go around it. So let's see where we go. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Some of my previous visits, I crossed that railroad track that goes up to my site and parked here with the car because there's a lot of good riding up here and into the lava rocks here and up into those small little volcanic buttes up there. And you can actually drive a car all the way around for almost to the bottom of the butte, of the Big Southern Butte. But then it gets really rough right at the bottom. All right, heading that way. Here we are on the northwest side of the Big Southern Butte. I'd almost forgotten how far it was. It's 17.5 miles from my car around the butte to get to here. I mean, the main highway is just a short distance over there, but that crosses the INL, so we have to go around. Well, I'm going to climb up. It gets pretty rough up there. I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope I got enough gas. Now, this section here is pretty hard for pretty much any vehicle. If you don't have four-wheel drive, you will not get through it, I don't think. Pretty much any good four-wheel drive truck or Jeep you can get up here. If you don't have four-wheel drive, you won't get through this first section here. See, that's where I was just a moment ago. This is called the road. I don't know if I would call it that. Okay, here we are at the top. There's the transmitter. Yeah, it's a very popular place. You can come up here and have a picnic. I assume you could camp here if you wanted to. It'd be a bad place to be in a lightning storm, though. Oh yeah. There we go. It is time to shut it down. Woo! Oh yeah. Step out on the wall here. My. Now way back over there, right in the center of the screen is where I work. There's some mountains that I was in this morning. Idaho Falls is back in that direction. Oh gosh. My car, oh, there's Atomic City, so my car is going to be somewhere about 23 miles from here. Long walk if I have trouble. It looks like there's kind of a road that goes all the way back that way towards Pocatello. That's the path I had to take to get up here. You have to circle around the darn thing. Wow. Well, I just had to get up here at least once. Oh yeah, that parasailing jump off. I think I can probably see it from here. Oh yeah, there it is. It's probably pretty cool though. Basically you take that, go to that hill right there, and you basically jump with your parasail, and I guess you sail down to where? I don't know where. Oh well. Well, I expect this to be my last stop today. I promised my wife I'd be back home this evening, and maybe I'll take her out for dinner. Should take me about an hour to get to my car and another hour and a half to get back home. Assuming I don't run out of gas. Oh well. I'm going to call it a day. Nice little jump.